Hi, today I'm going to be talking about a concept called mapping. Mapping is basically when you learn a trick, you apply it to other fingers, and because basically you map how a set of fingers are applied to another set of fingers, even if they're overlapping or whatnot. So, for an example, here's an example of mapping. If you were to do Sonic, this uses these three. The Sonic uses the three fingers. Now, if you wanted to do it, notice how it's going from from a bottom slot between the middle finger and the ring finger, 2 and 3. It goes between 2 and 3 to 1, 2. Now, if you were to map this to a lower part, you could go map it to these three. See these two slots? See how you can't do it from these because you need another slot. So you add this. So you have between 3 and 4 to 2 and 3. So you map it. As a result of mapping, you can apply it to other slots, and therefore creating other variations of tricks. You could call them variations or different positions. Whatever it is, it's still mapping. An example of mapping could be a shadow. If you wanted to learn how to do the shadow, you can apply it to the other slots. Okay. Well, several advantages of mapping is learning how to go from one slot to another. Basically applying what you know and then using it to learn the same trick but in different positions. Or you could use it to apply what you already know and use it and apply it to new types of tricks. Okay? For example, if you were to do Sonic between 2, 3 and 1, 2, but if you were to map it between these two slots, then you have a different type of trick. Okay? See, if you were to map it, it would look like something like this. However, the thumb is not exactly right next to the 1 and 2. It's since it's an opposable thumb, you can't really map it. But well, you can map it, but it doesn't quite work out the same as you would expect it to. Okay? So if you do Sonic, but then you did Sonic this way. Okay? Now, ways to know if you're doing it correctly is if you do this, if you take notice of the beginning and the ending position of the trick. So when you map it over, you take this pen, see how I'm doing this way? But it's kind of awkward looking at first because this doesn't look like a Sonic at all to you, or anybody else for that matter. But if you were to take this out and then put it back into here, it matches as to what a real Sonic should look like, the ending position, right? Here, take it out, you map it here. See how it's mapped down to it? Okay? Other ways you can apply this is to do reversals or inverses of certain tricks. So if you were to say do a middle around, but you wanted to do the reverse of it, you would have to map it inversely. So if you look at the fingers, it will go this way, but then you wanted to make it go in the reverse. So you take what you see here, see how you map it. You map how this moves, and then you try to replicate it on the opposite direction, like that. Okay. Or if you were to say do the Sonic and then the inverse Sonic, you just map it. The only difference is that it's inverse. See how this is the inverse. If you were to look from this direction, but if you're looking from this direction, it looks the same. See? See how it looks the same, even though your hand is pretty much in the same position. It doesn't actually move. You're just making the pen go inversely, like so. So this is a way of mapping, an application of mapping. All right. I think that's pretty much it.